In this lecture, we'll talk about the story and the title of the great poem, The Knight in the Panther's Skin. So we'll start with the story. In a nutshell, the story of the great poem, The Knight in the Panther's Skin, is about the adventures of two knights, Tariel and Ortandil. Tariel is the protagonist of the poem. He is the man that wears the panther skin, or the tiger skin, and Ortandil is the chief of staff of the Arab armies. In the next step, I'll talk about the story of the great poem in detail. Actually, the story of the great poem can be divided into two parts. The first part is the search for Tariel, the protagonist of the poem, and the second part is the search for Tariel's beloved, the Panther'S. So we start with the first part, the search for Tariel. One day, Ortandil, that is the chief of staff of the Arab armies, goes to an hunting competition with King Osterman. King Osterman is the king of Arabia. During the competition, they take a break and they rest under a tree. And all of a sudden, they saw a mysterious knight crying by a river. So King Osterman, that is the king of Arabia, wanted very much to know who is that mysterious knight. And therefore, he sent servants, or he sent slaves, in order to contact him. But the mysterious knight reacts violently and kills all the slaves that sent by King Osterman in order to contact him, and then disappears. Ortandil, that is the chief of staff of the Arab armies, loves Tinatin. Tinatin is the only daughter of King Osterman, the king of Arabia. And Tinatin also loves Ortandil. Tinatin asks from Ortandil to find the mysterious knight, and if he finds the mysterious knight in less than 3 years, so then she promises to marry him in return. So Ortandil goes to search the mysterious knight. He searches all over the world, and after 2 years and 9 months, he finds the mysterious knight. The mysterious knight tells him that his name is Tariel, and he was the commander of India's fleet, and he is also loves the Panther'S, who is the daughter of King Panther'S. King Panther'S is the king of India. But the problem was that she was abducted, and from that point he sank into deep depression, and he was always crying and sobbing, and he was totally isolated from the society. He had with him only one maid, and he lived with the animals. So he became crazy because of the fact that his beloved Panther'S was abducted. So Ortandil was very moved from the story of the mysterious knight Tariel. Therefore, he becomes the friend of Tariel, and he also promises Tariel to help him to search for his beloved Panther'S. That is the first part of the story, that is the search for Tariel. The second part of the story is the search for the Panther'S, Tariel's beloved. In the second part, Ortandil, the commander of the Arab armies, searches Panther'S for a lot of time, and he finds that the standard John, Doriel's beloved, was abducted by the Kajis. The Kajis are the demons. And therefore, Obtandil, Tariel, and Pridon, that is the ruler of the city Mulbanzazar, together with 300 soldiers, go to the country of the Kajis in order to rescue the standard John from her captivity. But the problem is that the country of the Kajis is a fortress, and it's actually impossible to infiltrate to this fortress. In addition, the second problem is that the Kajis are very strong warriors. For that two reasons, it is impossible to rescue the standard from after captivity by the Kajis. But against all the odds, the 300 soldiers, together with Obtandil, Tariel and Pridon, succeeded to do the unthinkable. That is to say, they succeeded to rescue the stam, the region, from captivity by the Kajis. The story has an happy ending in the sense that Obtandil marries his beloved Tinatin, and Tariel marries the stam, the region. So that is the story of the great poem, The Knight in the Panther's Skin. The next step, I'll talk about the title of the great poem. The title is The Knight in the Panther's Skin. The knight is the protagonist of the poem Tariel that wears the panther's skin. Actually, it is not clear if it is a tiger or a panther, so we assume that it is a tiger, and therefore the title of the poem is The Knight in the Tiger Skin. The knight Tariel, the protagonist of the poem, that wears the tiger's skin. Actually, there is a particular chapter in the poem that is about a Tariel that kills a lion and a tiger. And the story of that particular chapter is as follows. One day, Tariel, the protagonist of the poem, sees a lion that was chasing after a tiger. So Tariel is very angry on the lion because he thought that the lion was going to kill the tiger. Therefore, Tariel kills the lion in order to rescue the tiger from its hands, from the hands of the lion, and then he goes to hug the tiger. He risks his life in order to kill the lion, and therefore he wants to hug the tiger. But the tiger is very angry on Tariel because of the fact that they were not fighting. The lion and the tiger were not fighting, but just playing a game. And for that reason, the tiger is very angry on Tariel. Therefore, it starts to eat Tariel with its paws, very strong blows. So Tariel could bear no more the blows of the tiger. Therefore, he eats back, and with one blow, he kills the tiger. Actually, it is a very tragic story because Tariel risked his life in order to save the tiger from the hands of the lion. But at the end of the story, he was the one that killed the tiger. So Tariel is very angry on himself that he killed the tiger, and for that reason, he decided to wear the tiger's skin. The tiger's skin is used by Tariel as a coat. It's a reminder that he killed the tiger that he loved so much. And the second reason that Tariel wears the panther's skin is because of the fact that the panther's skin reminds him his beloved, the standard John, that was abducted twice. Why the tiger's skin reminds him the abduction of the standard John? Because of the fact that the tiger's face was very similar to his beloved face, the standard John. So Tariel wears the tiger's skin for two reasons. The first reason was to remind him that he killed the tiger that he loved so much, and the second reason, is because of the fact that the tiger's skin reminds him is below the standard jump. And why it is the tiger, the figure of the tiger is very important figure in the poem? First of all, how do we know that the tiger's figure is a very important figure in the poem? Because of the fact that the name of the poem is the Knight in the Tiger's Skin. If the title of the poem is about a knight that pierces the tiger's skin, it means that the tiger is a very important figure in the poem. And the reason that the tiger's figure is a very important figure in the poem is because of the fact that the tiger's face is very similar to the standard giant's face, that is the beloved of Tariel. Okay, thank you very much.